Tommy walked into the shop looking for that perfect gift for his nephew's 18th birthday. There were so many things that caught his eye, but he had to remember what his sister recommended he buy for her son. He walked up and down the many aisles in his specialty shop, trying to find that exact item that Kimmy told him about. He knew it had to be in here because Kimmy told him she saw it there last night. An older man, who looked to be the shopkeeper, had been watching Tommy ever since he walked into the shop. The shopkeeper came from behind the front counter and said, "Looks like you're having a hard time finding what you're searching for, my son." Tommy just smiled and replied, "Nah, not really. You have a lot of really neat stuff in here, and I'm enjoying checking everything out." "That's okay, right?" The shopkeeper simply smiled and said, "Sure, as long as you pay for what you pick out." Tommy was kind of taken aback by the comments from the shopkeeper. He didn't know if the guy was joking or was this old man calling him a thief. So Tommy replied right away, "Sir, I assure you, when I find what I came in here, not only will I pay for it, but I'll also pay a little more to wrap it." "That's okay, right?" Tommy asked. The shopkeeper walked back behind the front counter, and he moved towards the wall where Tommy noticed what looked like a shotgun hanging up. Could that be the one Kimmy wanted for her son? The older man and Tommy's eyes both met at the sight of the shotgun. Tommy gulped. "I'm sorry, does this shotgun scare you, young man? After all, in these days, you can't be too careful. Someone might want to rob a store or something, and that's why I keep my shotgun handy. That's okay, right?" The shopkeeper said with a smile while touching the shotgun. Tommy really didn't know where this whole conversation was going, and at this point, he didn't want to stay long enough to see how it would be ending up. He also didn't want to disappoint his nephew and sister, so he figured he'd give it one more shot, so to speak. "Sir, my sister was in here yesterday, and she was looking at something for my nephew's birthday for me to buy him. That's actually why I'm in here," Tommy said. "Is it now?" asked the older man with a smirk while still touching the shotgun. "What if I say to you that I could take your life in mere seconds with this here shotgun? Does that scare you, young man? Or does your body always shake when you're around guns?" The shopkeeper said with another smirk. Tommy didn't know how to respond at first, because it had become obvious to him that this old man was off his rocker. It also became obvious to Tommy that finding that present for his nephew was the least of his worries right now. Tommy figured he'd make his exit strategy and make it fast, but without upsetting the unbalanced shopkeeper. "Well, sir, I thank you for your time, and I'm going to leave now. Is that okay with you?" The shopkeeper looked Tommy dead in the eye and said, "I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't let you do that. You see, this shotgun has got your name written all over it, and I'm done playing games. So it's time you get what you deserve." The older man grabbed the shotgun from the back wall and spun around towards Tommy. Tommy pulled out a knife and threw it into the older man's chest, making him drop the shotgun. As the older man's body hit the floor, Tommy heard two distinct sounds. The first was the old man's head slamming against the floor, and the second was the sound of hard plastic. It was a shotgun. It wasn't even real. Tommy ran to the fallen shopkeeper and lifted up his head into his hands. Tommy could tell that the knife had hit a major artery, and there was nothing he could do to save him. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought you were going to shoot me. I didn't know that shotgun was fake." Tommy began crying, He knew it was only moments before the older man would pass. The shopkeeper was struggling to talk and said, Kimmy told me you'd be coming today to pick up the shotgun for your nephew. He wanted a real one, but she doesn't like guns. So she decided to have you buy this fake one for him as a joke. I guess the joke's on me, right? As the older man drew his final breath, Tommy leaned down so he could hear what he was trying to say to him. I guess you'll be going to jail for killing me. If you'd only asked to see the damn shotgun, you would have known it was fake, you stupid young man. But hey, on the bright side, you finally did get that gift for your nephew. So, that's okay, right? And then he passed. You've just heard That's Okay, right? A short story, written, recorded, spoken, and sound effects added by me, John J. Ruppert. June 27th, 2019. It was recorded, spoken, and sound effects added today, July 7th, 2019. Till we meet again, be safe, be creative. That's okay, right?